Happy Sunday. Trying to make sure this is clear. Here we go. Happy Sunday, you guys. I am enjoying a delicious little lit tea here. So we are going to get started. So we attempted to connect on Friday. However, we were both having connection issues. So this is a very special edition of our Friday Live. So spilling the tea, how to cultivate a growth mindset to start living your best life. So the concept of this was to invite amazing women that I've met within our community in the last 6 years and share their stories. And the reason being is that some of you known me for many years, friends, family, for a very long time, or maybe you followed me for a long time and you know my story. Thank you. But I wanted to bring these incredible stories of transformation from other women, right? Because how amazing it is that we have this incredible platform to connect with other people that we would have never have met in our real life or in person, right? So it's just amazing to have not only been on my own journey in the last 6 years, but met and connected with other women who are on this amazing journey as well, trying to become better, trying to work on themselves, and then also meeting moms, because when I came into this community, I was not a mom. And I've just learned so much from all of these amazing women. So I want to bring on my friend that I actually met about 3 years ago. And she'll tell you her story, but the way that I met her, she was invited to we used to have an in-person gym train station in Riverside, and she was invited by my good friend Natasha to do a 3-day challenge, right? And I remember her coming for the first time, and just being someone outside and then coming into this community, it can be overwhelming, but she was super excited about it. She came, she says the workout, really kicked her ass, but she started on this 3-day challenge, and it's just amazing to be, especially today on Sunday, being present and grateful and in gratitude, right? Having this awareness that she came as a 3-day challenger. She came into this community as someone just hoping for change and trying to find something that would be the thing for her that would change her life. And so to now in perspective look back and see, wow, like how amazing it is that we have this community for women like her. She's an amazing person. She is a full-time employee. She does this business as a coach, really part-time around her full-time job. She's a single mama of 3 beautiful and amazing girls, and she's just an incredible inspiration as to what is possible when you decide that you want to work on yourself, when you decide that you are worthy of that action for yourself. Because guess what? We only have one life, and in this life, it is up to us to create what we want, and no one's going to come save you. So I feel like when I think of her story, that's exactly what I think of, is like that mentality of like, no one is going to come save you. You got to do this for you. So I want to bring on my friend Deanna and have her share her amazing story and just give her some good advice. The whole public speaking thing is a little nerve-wracking for her, so I want her to feel the energy. Hello, my friend.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Happy Sunday. Round 2, right?
Cheers. I have my energy.
Oh, yes. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Okay, so I want you to, number one, take a deep breath, because I know this can be a little overwhelming, right? But remember who you are, remember your power and your amazing story and how it can really help empower someone else. So go for it.
Okay, so I'm Coach Deanna, or Deanna, either one, doesn't mind. I don't mind. Or mom. So I've been with Herbalife now for a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. And yes, I did meet Cindy 3 years ago at train station, and I think they like watching me die, because I seriously was dead for those 3 days. But I did lose my 3 pounds those 3 days, so I was super excited.
Hi.
And what up, Baker? And so before Herbalife, I was real overweight. Was sad all the time because I was just like overweight, and I was just like real not happy, because I was not happy with myself or where I was at in life. And I was a mom of 2 at the time, or I had just became a mom of 3 when I went to train station, and so I was a new mommy again, and so I had a newborn at home, and then I had two other ones that were only like 5 and 3, so they were really little. So I had to always somehow get up in the morning and keep going. But I didn't have energy at that time. I was real like sluggish, didn't want to get out of bed, had to force myself to go to work, take them to daycare, and come home and do the whole mom thing. And then it was just like, is it bedtime yet? Like, it was just exhausting. But after I was just, I didn't like to go nowhere either because I wasn't comfortable with myself. Like I was in my head all the time. So it sucked. But then after I did the 3-day trial, um, I was excited. I was just like, holy crap, like I lost weight. Like maybe maybe something good can happen out of this. And then the vibe was just awesome. Like it was just, yeah, you're dying, who cares? Keep smiling, keep pushing. It was just like, okay. Like it was just easy to go with. And then so I waited a while because I couldn't afford it at the time, but I waited a while, and then I became a VIP. And then once I became a VIP, I fell in love with the product really fast, mostly because the shakes were super easy, convenient, and I could have my breakfast, and I was always skipping breakfast because I was always in a rush. So that helped me get on track. Um, and then little by little, I started noticing like things happening, like inside me. I was just like, why do I feel like this? And then it was like, oh, I'm paying attention to my body now. Oh, I'm paying attention to happy thoughts now. Like little things happen. Of course, I was still like get in my head and stuff, but it wasn't to the point where it was like, okay, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go to the store. I don't want to go do family events. Like I don't want to go. Like I have to force myself. It wasn't that anymore. So it started changing. And so when I started noticing these changes, I was like, oh crap, like if I can get out of this funk, anybody can get out of this funk. So I wanted to do this business part-time. And then plus it also helped because I was working full time. I've always worked full time, but it wasn't enough to let us do extra things. It was always enough just to pay the bills. It wasn't ever like, let's go take a vacation, or let's go here and not have to worry about if I'm going to make rent next month. It was like I wanted to go out and have fun. And so I was able to do that. And then, so once I started doing that, I noticed the kids were starting to pick up my habits. So they were starting to pick up healthier food choices. So then that came into play. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like they weren't always bad eaters, but we did eat fast food a lot. And because it was, like I said, I was busy. So it was just, I don't have time to cook. I didn't want to cook. I was just like, I'm tired. It's like, just get a hamburger, let's go. Get a pizza, let's go. Like, it's fast. So, but now it's changed so much where it's like, if they have fast food, it's like, it has to be like Waba Grill or something, because if not, it messes with their stomach now because of all the crap that's in it. And you don't really pay attention to these things beforehand. It's just, so, but yeah, that's my story.
I love that. So you talked about the change you were noticing within you. So how has being plugged in to, obviously, let's be honest, let's be 100% that when you start to eat better, you generally, your body is almost like detoxing and you start to feel better, right? But how has being around the community impacted you like on a personal level? So that inner growth that you're talking about, how has the community been that support for you? What have you learned about yourself?
I have learned that I have to do a lot of inner child work because growing up, we were taught to be strong. Like we weren't taught to cry. We weren't taught to speak about our feelings. It was just, no, you have to get over it and keep going. Like no one's going to you're not going to get anything handed in life. You're not going to get nowhere if you don't keep pushing. So when I got to the community, I didn't know how to talk about feelings. It was real hard. I don't know what shape that is, babe. Oval. And then now it's opened me up more. So now it's diamond. I'm not diamond. So now I can teach the kids like it's okay to speak about your feelings. It's real. To me, it's still a struggle on a personal level, but I'm getting there, and it's helped where I don't feel judged every single day no more waking up, or I don't feel like I'm doing mom things bad, being alone. Um, it's just little things that changed.
I love it. So you mentioned you had this realization of like you had to do a lot of inner child work. What do you mean by that? What is
Uh,
something that you're thinking, like it's in your head? I know it's in your head. What is it that you are in the process of healing from? Because this is a big realization, and I'm glad that you brought this up because so many people go through life not understanding that we've been healing or attempting to heal, or some people never heal, right? But on this process of working on yourself, and maybe it's disguised as a weight loss journey, right? A health journey. It's all in alignment. So most people go through life not understanding that there's a lot of trauma and things we've lived in our life as children that are now affecting us as adults. So you're having this realization as you're going through this process of like doing like the inner work. What is that for you at this moment?
so when I was a teenager, it was real like seeking love and affection from somebody else before myself. And I took that in adulthood. So that's a big one that I've been working on. Um, it's still, it hurts still, but um, learning to love yourself first before having somebody else do it is something that I need to teach the girls at an early age before they become an adult and have to struggle.
Thank you for your vulnerability. I know this is difficult, but it's important, right? Because especially you have three daughters, right? Three daughters. So what are the three tips that you would give? What three tips of advice would you give younger Deanna from what you know now?
Um, Seek the love and acceptance from yourself first. Um, don't settle. Just keep pushing. Um, and then um, probably you're gonna get through it, no matter how hard it gets. And it's okay to cry.
Yes, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. I know this
Hard
was
one.
one of like your biggest fears, but I hope you understand how powerful your story really is. And the tears is not from sadness. The tears is from having awareness and realization that you aren't where you used to be and you're allowing yourself the space to grow. And that's beautiful. There's so many people, like I'm telling you, there's so many, especially moms. You are such an amazing example for women and other moms because this is something that they carry around in their heart for their entire life. And then when their children grow up, this is what we need to understand and why these conversations are so important, right? You said it best yourself. When you started eating better, your children started modeling that behavior. They pick up on everything. So, how we talk to ourselves, how we treat ourselves, the love that we accept from others, like those are your tips. And those are powerful, Deanna, because those are realizations that people do not have. People that are not on this journey don't have that awareness of like what I'm doing affects my children firsthand. And especially you being the incredible role model that you are, this amazing single mom, doing whatever you got to do to make it happen. And now allowing yourself that space to give yourself grace, to feel and let go and heal. Because by you doing that, you also give your daughters the opportunity to have that for themselves and not having this I think this is a very common thing in our culture is that, or in society, is like strong means, sorry, these trees are like really screwing up my strength is that vulnerability is a weakness and that toughness is strength, and it's the complete opposite. To be able to be vulnerable in a space, especially a space like this where people are going to listen to what you have to say, it's that is strength. Not pretending like things aren't happening, not pretending like we don't feel or we can't feel because we have to be strong. And so in this space, I want to give you that grace and that, and knowing that you can be vulnerable and that you can, it's okay to cry, because you don't have to be that strong personality all the time, because remember, if your daughters are only getting that example from you, they're learning everything from you because they're basically with you 24/7, right? You are their one role model in life. And if you're only teaching them the one side of strength, guess what happens when they grow up and they feel, I can't cry, I can't do this? They're going to start to internalize all the things that you've been internalizing since you were little, right? So it's so important that you allow that space, right? And even in that, right? Even in that, when they see you, for example, she's so tiny right now, she probably doesn't understand what's going on. But your older girls, right? This opens the opportunity to have that conversation with them when they ask you, "Mommy, why are you sad?" or "Mommy, why did you get upset?" And you can speak that. They're old enough to understand, like, Mommy is feeling her feelings and she's going through a healing process, but she's okay. And I think that's something that we all did not hear growing up. And
No.
now, knowing what we know now, right? We need to be that example of of the conversation that we need to have with our children, specifically our daughters. Specifically our daughters, right? Because we're not teaching them that it's okay to be, that vulnerability is our strength. It really is our strength, because it is our daily reminder that we are resilient, that we've lived some things and yet we keep going, and we show up as our best. And being vulnerable is showing up as your best, because you're not holding and bottling it in, you know? So that's super powerful. And I just want to remind you that you are an amazing mother. I don't know where that story was created in your head that you're not, but you are. And you know you are. You know you are. How do you provide for these three beautiful beings? You just make shit happen, right? Exactly. So I'm excited for you, because I know this is like a new level of healing for you, and how you share your story, and you continue to, and I hope you continue to share your story as you continue to evolve, because it's so powerful, and more women need to hear this. Is there anything else you want to leave us with? Because those are amazing. Oh, your tips really quick, one more time. Your 3 tips really quick, one more time.
It was to find love and acceptance in yourself first, and don't settle. Keep pushing. Was 2, and then 3 was no matter how hard it gets, you're gonna get through it.
Yes. Yes. So this leads into a perfect segment as we're going into, it's Sunday. We're, grateful Sunday, having that awareness, and affirmations. How have affirmations transformed your life? How have they impacted your life?
I don't do them daily, but I do them now. At first, it was extremely weird. I would like, they're like, oh, just look at yourself and say this. And I was like, look at myself, and I'm like, no. And then I would like put the mirror down or the phone down or whatever. And I'm just like, I can't do affirmations. Like, who am I to just look at myself and tell myself these things? Like, it's weird. And so it took a lot of work to learn how to do it. I still don't do them every day, like in the mirror. Like, I'll say them like when I'm starting to feel like my mind is starting to spiral down. Like, I'll set reminders in my head. I'm just like, no, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. Like, it's like a little thing in the back of my head that won't shut up. It's like, okay, I'll do it. Like, so then, like, random affirmations. Even just at my desk, just typing, or when I'm driving, or like just random times. But they have help, because I can go dark if I let my mind just go. So they have help. Even if it's just super simple, like, it's okay, you got this, it's just a little bump in the road, or you made it out of work, this is a piece of cake, or it's okay if you just skip this water and go have a tea instead with sugar. Like, little things like that. It's like it's like, you don't have to be perfect, but you're doing it. And that's one thing, like, I had to learn how to do, is not make sure everything's perfect, because everything's not perfect. And if you keep trying to be perfect, you're always gonna you're always gonna oh my god, there's a word for this. Like, you expect something of somebody else, but then it like, it ends up being not what you want to be, so your expectations just like fall down or whatever. I can't think of the stupid word right now. That's why
I understand what you mean. And you're right. It's not about perfection because perfection does not exist. Just show up. Just show up. Try your best and show up. And that's a beautiful message. That's a beautiful message. And especially when we're talking about affirmations, because affirmations really are, you're speaking power, your words are powerful. You're speaking things into existence. So even it's something as simple as that, like you're going to be okay, or it's okay to not be perfect because that's not something that is attainable, right? But setting yourself up every day for those little things, right? And you mentioned something super important. These are important when it comes to, we're talking about growth mindset, and that just means having a positive mindset, knowing how to have or create a positive mindset. And it starts with the little things like that, right? Words of affirmation. You're basically speaking words into existence. You're manifesting what you want to create. So even when things are going like totally wrong in your day, that's the moment that you need to have those affirmations or those words of affirmation. And like you said, it doesn't have to be every day if you're good, but especially in the moments where you're struggling, that's when you need to go back to those things. So thank you so much, Deanna. I thank you for your time. I'm so proud of you. I know this is great. This is scary for you, but you did amazing. And I'm excited to continue to see you grow and elevate and just create an amazing life for you and your girls. You're well on your way. And I'm just so proud of how far you have come because you are just continuing to blossom and to grow into this amazing, you've always been amazing, but you're just on a new level of amazingness. And I'm excited to see not only where you end your year, but how you're going to go into 2021 and just the mom you get to continue to evolve. 2022, I'm lost right now. The mom that you're going to continue to evolve into for these beautiful daughters of yours. Like they're going to be some, I mean, there already are. They're going to be some badass little women out there, and it has everything to do you, with you. So super proud of you. Thank you for logging on. Cheers. Cheers.
Here.
And if you guys want to, if you guys want to connect, so we have these empowerment calls every Saturday, 9 a.m. Super similar to what we're doing here, sharing stories, really sharing stories from women in the community. We have them every Saturday, with the exception of the Saturday that we connect for our Herbalife events. But it's an amazing way not only to plug into a positive community, but see how these women are really, they're transforming their life, and it starts from the inside out, right? This is a part of our 21-day challenges that we have every single month. And it's just an amazing way to stay supported, especially as we're going into, we're closing out 2021, going into the new year. And really, if you have goals, regardless of what they are, I'm not just talking about health and wellness goals because we're wellness coaches, but regardless of what your goals are, starting with that work right now, it's going to take you into the new year and being successful in the new year. So definitely reach out to Deanna or me if you're interested in getting started. Let's talk about your goals, but let's plug you into this incredible community of women, of positivity, to help you transform your life from the inside out. So thank you for joining me, Deanna. Happy Sunday, and we will see each other soon. Bye.